Hey, I'm Rocco Privetera, the designer of Ninja Dice by Greenbrier Games, and we're going to take you through a walkthrough of how to play Ninja Dice. This is Dave.
Hello.
This is Adam.
Hi.
In Ninja Dice, the players are ninjas breaking into a house, trying to prove who is the greatest ninjas. They do that by trying to overcome the challenges inside of the house. So let me show you. These black dice here represent the challenges that you find inside of the house. These white dice over here represent your ninja skills. These red dice are your threat dice. They represent the threats that are brought to you by the other ninjas who are playing. You start off with 4 of the 6 house dice randomly chosen. So everybody starts with 5 ninja dollars. And I create the first house. So in this first house, we've got 2 kimono-wearing residents, people who live there, like the warlord or maids or
Geisha?
geisha. And then we've got 2
It's not geisha.
helmet-wearing guards. It could be geisha. And then 1 locked area, represented by this lock. So that's what I have to beat in order to get through this house. So I grab my 5 ninja skill dice, and both the other ninjas in the game are going to start with 1 threat die. They might get more later depending on how they go. And we're going to all roll at the same time to see what happens in this first roll. So there we go. Now in Ninja Dice, it's very important to note the position of the dice because the position is a critical part of the game. In this case, this fortune die right here works by modifying 1 other die that happens to lie in front of it. What you do is you trace a line through the front of the die, kind of going off to infinity in either side, and it can be used to modify 1 die that lies in front of this line. So in this case, it could be used with this stealth die over here, or this wild die over here, but it couldn't be used with the ninja fighting skills or with the other wild die that's behind. So taking a look at what I've got there, I need a pick to beat this lock, and then for the people who are there, I can either fight past them with my fighting skills, or I can sneak past them with my stealth skills. It's up to me how I want to do it, but I have to do the same thing for the same kind of person. That is, if I fight 1 resident, I have to fight both residents. And if I sneak past 1 guard, I can't sneak past 1 guard and kill the other guard. I've got to sneak past them both. I could fight all of them. I could sneak past all of them. It's up to me. I just can't split up the fighting and the sneaking when there's more than 1 person. So in this case, I need at least 2 of one thing, either fights or sneaks, and 2 of another thing, either fights or sneaks, and then 1 pick. Well, I didn't roll any picks, although I could use a wild as a pick. So for right now, I'm going to decide to use this wild as a pick. Now, at any time, you can always change what the wild means later. You can move dice around once you know what things affect. You can use the fortune with this wild, and if I choose to use the 2 of them together, I just have to show that by locking the 2 dice together. I'll use the fortune symbol with this stealth. That's now worth 4. The fortune plus 1 other die is worth whatever 4 of the target is. So that's now 4 stealth. That means I basically sneak past all 4 of those guys, and I use that wild on that 1 lock as a pick, and that basically lets me beat the whole house. Now, as to what my 2 friends rolled, they both rolled hourglasses. Hourglasses represent time running out, the other ninjas trying to stop you and delay you. There are 4 threat dice in the game. If all 4 threat dice lock with hourglasses, then you've been captured and you get no points. In this case, there were only 2 of them being rolled, and so they locked both of them, which means that they were really desperately trying to stop me. But I was able to solve the house in my first roll, so I get past the house and I get to take the treasure from the house in the form of points. I get 1 point per die, which would be 4, and then if I beat the whole house, I get an additional 2 points in the first round, so that means I get 6, and I get 1 point if I don't kill anybody, and since I snuck past everybody in this first round, I have a non-lethal bonus. So that means I get a total of 7. So I'm going to just grab 7 more chips here to add to my pile. And the 4 house dice pass to the next player. These all come off. I now take a threat die, and Adam's going to roll up his house.
Wait, does one of us roll 2 threat die?
You will only roll more than 1 threat dice if you have a lower score out of all the people rolling threats. So in this case, you got a score of 5, and I've got 12. So you're going to actually start with 2 threat dice with my 1. Now you're going to wait for him to roll the house first before we try to stop him. So Adam there got 2 locked areas, 1 resident, and 1 guard. So it's relatively simple. So here we go.
Oh yeah!
That one flew off the side. So
oh no!
Alright, so what happened? So you always process the threat dice first. So I rolled an hourglass. That's going to lock. And then we do the arrows. And it usually goes from the player who rolled to their left in order of what's being processed. So we'll do Dave. You've got 2 arrows there. Now, arrows are used to steal coins from other ninjas. He can steal them from the active player, who in this case is Adam, or he can steal them from other players if somebody's die that he's targeting lies in front of the arrow. It works the same way. That little line on the front of the arrow means that you imagine a line being traced to the front of that arrow die, and it can be used to target one other die that lies in front. So in this case, he could target Adam, this die here, or that die there, or this one here, or even that one over there. But Adam's rolled a whole bunch of ninja blocks, which means he's immune to arrows for this turn. He actually rolled 4 ninja blocks, so he's especially immune to arrows. But he's not actually getting his way into the house at all. He's just blocking arrows. I'm also in front of that arrow, so you could theoretically take a coin from me.
Could I take 2 since I have 2 arrows?
You could.
Then I will do that.
Well, then go ahead and grab 2 coins.
Because I can't take them from Adam because he would easily buy him.
Right. And now, don't move anything yet. It's very important that we don't move stuff until the player who's going has a chance to carefully figure out what he's doing. The hourglass gets locked against his house, so now he's 1/4 of the way to being captured. And now he can choose to process his turn.
Since all I have is blocks, I really and 1 wild.
You have 1 fortune.
Fortune.
Wait, where the hell? Oh, there it is. You guys couldn't see it. There's 1 fortune that has slid off the camera, but the only thing it can be used for right now is that block, so you can't use fortunes with blocks. You can only use fortunes with your primary skills of fighting, sneaking, and lockpicking.
I can move the fortune before I roll next dice?
The fortune die has to be, if it's not actually being used with something, the fortune die has to be re-rolled when you re-roll again. So in this case, you've really got nothing. Now you're allowed to keep whatever dice you want between turns. You could keep one of the arrow blocks out there if you want to, for example, have a defense against us shooting you.
I'll take my chances.
Okay. So now he's going to roll again. We've still got 3 remaining threat dice.
I still have 2 because I
still have 2 because you have a lower score. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we go to the left of the primary player, which is Dave. So
lock another.
Hourglass locks. Now you can shoot an arrow, but I'm immune, and Adam's immune. So your arrows are ineffectual.
Thanks.
And I put my hourglass out, so it's over to the active player, and he's going to try and solve the house. He's got 2 locks and then 1 of each of the types of people, so he needs at least 2 picks and then 2 ways to get past those guys.
Well, I have 1 pick.
Okay.
And I have 2 stars, but I still need 1 more pick.
Right, so in this case, you can choose to keep what you've already beaten so far. He's beaten 3 dice, so he could keep 1 point per die, which would be 3 points, and run away with the treasure he's got. Or he can choose to re-roll and keep going if he wants to try to get the remainder of the points that are there. But 2 of the hourglasses have locked, so the chance that he's going to get captured is growing.
I'm going to position my dice like this.
Oh, okay. So why are you doing that?
I'm going to try to drop the dice in between, so hopefully we'll be pointing at one of these and multiply either the star, the attack skill, or the pick.
All right.
Why do you need to multiply the attack skill, though?
I really don't need to, but...
All right.
All right. Yes. You're the ninja. And we're rolling. We both of the other ninjas here both roll blocks, so we basically don't get to do anything. Now, Adam rolled a fortune over here, and fortunes can be used against things that have already been on the table.
So I'm going to use a fortune to multiply the picks and make it 4 picks.
Correct.
Ink in my hands. And lock it like this.
Yep.
And with the other 2 stars, which are already killing the resident and the guard, I
Right.
made this die and I finished.
You did it.
That's it. You beat the house. So you get 1 point per die. You get 2 points for the house bonus, but you don't get the non-lethal bonus because apparently you don't value life.
No.
So you get the 1.
Ooh, 3 guards protecting this one Prime Minister of Japan.
Very good. Here we go. Trying to stop you
Thanks.
or interfere with you.
Go away. You hit my dice.
It's okay. Dice can move freely about the table.
Alright, well, I don't have any fortunes, so
Right.
it doesn't really matter. Oops, shoot. This was a shuriken, I believe.
Okay.
Or throwing star.
Correct.
So these don't help me because they're picks and there are no locks. 1 murder. 2 stealthy wealthies, and now all I need is this. So I'm
So
gonna.
you're gonna need at least 1 more stealth if you're gonna slip past all those dudes.
So I'm gonna form a triangle of death, so that when I roll, hopefully I'll roll a modifier, and it'll modify one of these. And whichever one it hits, I should be able to solve this house.
Correct. Now we've already got 2 hourglasses out there.
We
So, yeah, because I rolled 2 dice.
do. All right. Well.
So you're halfway to being captured. So just keep that in mind.
Oh,
You jerks! My house. All right. Well, what do we got? So 2 blocks.
2
That's
blocks doesn't do anything,
here's. This was originally. Da-da-da.
right?
yeah.
So I've got 3 murders
Right.
and a stealth. So I get 4 points for the house,
2
Plus
point bonus.
2-point bonus, but no non-murder bonus because, like Adam, I hate people.
So that's 6. So you can grab your 6. That's 1 round of the game. So at the end of the first round, I have 9 points over here. It's a little off the camera, but you'll trust me. Adam over there has, what do you have?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
11, and you've got
12.
12. So I am in the not winning side. So now we're going to try a harder version of the house. Ninja Dice is played in 3 rounds, each time with a more difficult house. Now I'm going to roll 5 house dice.
That's off
Wait,
the camera.
Okay, well, there's
probably.
one that's off the camera, but
It's pointing off the camera.
it's pointing off the camera. It's not good for anything. And this one over here, you could get me, but
They're blocked, so
it's kind of close to whether or not you can get that other
I
die.
don't think you're gonna get me.
So we have a situation now with an arrow die to see whether or not that arrow die actually can affect certain things. We know that it runs a line across the top of the die, and we can obviously see that these dice are definitely in front. But is Dave's arrow die... no, Dave's die over
Oh.
there, is it in the front arc of that arrow?
I think so.
What do you think?
I don't
It
think
just
so.
misses, it looks like.
I think
Yeah.
it like it just misses.
It looks like it just misses, so...
I mean, I could easily afford to give it up.
We always say go with a table majority, but I think we all do agree now that we've gotten down to eyeball level that that arrow missed.
And mine just barely misses everything on the wrong side of the arrow.
Oh, that's right. His arrow's shooting off the other side of the table. Usually Dave shoots himself.
Ahead. I'm going to try one more time. Another pick.
Yeah.
One of these picks. Now, in this case, those guys could either take points from me, or they could, in fact, take points from each other. I'd like to point out at this point that I am very far in behind you guys, so maybe you shouldn't take points from me.
Alright, what do you want to do?
But
Take
if we
from
take points from
Rocco?
each other, then we'll
Even-
cancel each other out.
I know. You want to take from Rocco?
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll get points in a second.
It's the same thing as if
Yeah.
we took from each other.
There's no honor among them. So he's going to take a point from me, but I throw 2 hourglasses up now. If you can continue to press your luck, but remember, if all 4 of those hourglasses comes up, you will be captured.
4 or 5?
4. There's 4 threat dice. So.
Alright, I'm going to press my luck.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nope, that's it. You spent too much time. We delayed you, reported you to the authorities, and those 4 hourglasses mean that you have been captured.
It's not 5?
It's 4. There's only 4
Alright.
threat dice. So you've been captured. You get no points for this round. And we now go on to the last round of the game.
15.
Well, I'm still in last place. Let's see. We got 4 guards, 3 residents, and 1 lock. This is the 6 die house. It's the hardest of the 3 houses. Here we go. Whoever's got less points between the 2 of you will get 2 threat dice.
That's me.
All right.
What the fuck?
Curse.
Dave shoots both of his arrows off into this outer space. So whose hourglass was that?
That was it.
So you could take a coin from me or from Adam.
Adam.
I am now 1 hourglass away from being captured, but I'm only got at this point 7 points. So I think I'd rather go down in a blaze of ignominy than. So it's just you versus me now. If I get 1 fortune, I beat the house as long
Hourglass.
as you don't get an hourglass. Ready?
Yep.
Yes.
TikTok with the hourglass.
And you invented this game.
Yeah, I usually don't win. Well, I don't get any points for the last round. I'm going to make it all up with a ton of arrows.
I got 1, 2, 3 locks. And 5 citizens?
No guards,
No
just
guards.
people and locks.
Ah,
A rich man's undefended house. All right, so I'm gonna take 2 coins from Dave.
What?
Because that's your hourglass there, right?
Maybe.
And both of those arrows
You should
can't
take
hit
one
you.
from them.
Yeah, you're further ahead. Right, I'm just gonna move
but
all these now.
since we established that I'm winning, I
Right.
don't care if I.
You don't care. Oh,
Ooh.
baby.
Awesome. So I'm gonna take a coin from Adam.
I too will take a coin from Adam.
And I'm gonna try rolling again.
Hello. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna take another coin from Adam.
I will also take another coin from
Maybe
Adam.
this is not a good strategy. Yes.
But
But-
No,
I
we're
rolled-
not. Oh, wait a minute.
If he gets an
Right,
hourglass.
so I got 1 hourglass. Here it comes. Oh, you've also been captured. You would have beaten the house with this fortune die pointing at that wild.
but you pressed your luck. So that's 6 people to
Right.
luck. 6 humans.
Lock.
Oh. These 2 things lock, and the block doesn't do anything.
Uh,
2 picks, and
Zappy and Zappy. I'll go ahead and take my 4 points and
and just
walk.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes 4 points, which I will give you right there. And that is the end of the game. The final score is I have 11.
I have 18.
I have 10, 15.
It looks like Dave's the winner.
Yeah.
25.
And that is Ninja Dice. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you have any questions, please contact us at Greenbrier Games or the Ninja Die Forum at Board Game Geek, and be a good ninja.